Howdy, this is Herb. Welcome back to my workshop. It's been some time since I put out a video. Various reasons, and I guess I can attribute it to just being flat lazy. But, you know, at my age, I deserve it occasionally. The project we're going to be working on next day or so is a light for my mill. And I watched a YouTube video, I think it's A-Bomb, but I'm not for sure, that company had a little LED light that used a lock line like this, and had a magnetic base and a little LED light at the end. Well, I said I can make something like that. It's pretty straightforward. Got these little flashlights like this. You can see that it puts out a pretty bright light. Uses 3 AAA cells, which is pretty close to 5 volts. And having a plethora of 5-volt wall warts, I decided that I could use this for the head on the light. So basically what you do, you don't need that. You don't need all this here. In fact, you want to get down inside. I don't know if you can see that inside, but there's a little spring, and that's the positive side of the LEDs, and of course the case is the negative side. So what I intend to do, and we'll show you here in a few minutes, is I'm going to cut this off right along in here, which will give me enough room to put in a slug that will fit up on the end of a lock line, and the wires can come up through the lock line. And the base will have a switch and possibly a switch, I'm not sure yet, and magnets, and it'll be where I can mount it just about anywhere. I noticed the company that builds these wants about $120 for them. I've got some surplus lock line. I've got a free flashlight from Harbor Freight. I actually tested this with a 5-volt power supply. It's plenty bright, and so there we go. So that's what the project is. So what we're going to do first here is we're going to part this off, and there's no particular rhyme or reason about it, but I'm going to part it off just behind these little knurls there on it. So hopefully we got that in focus. So here we go. And there's our little lamp assembly. So what we're going to do now, I've got some 1-inch aluminum bar stock in there, and I measured the idea inside that thing, and it's 0.887. So I'm going to take off about 100 mils. So I got the piece where it fits inside here now, and I turned it around, and I'm going to drill and bore this. So Here we go. Okay, the hole all the way through needs to be the size of a 1/8 inch NPT, so I can thread it. But on this end, I need to bore it out where it's just got a very thin layer, and that's going to slip down in and around the edge of the LED matrix, and it'll provide ground. And so there we go. So 1/8 inch NPT uses an R drill, so that's what we got in there. Okay, we're back at it. I've drilled through with the tap size for a 1/8 inch NPT, and that is actually going to be threaded on the opposite end. This end we're cutting a recess that will fit around the ring on the light. We'll be able to connect the ground here. Also, the wire will feed through to connect to the positive side of the light. Now I need to bore. Where the wall of this thing is about 50 thousandths. So let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, what we're doing here, we're going to tap an 1/8 inch NPT, put a little anchor lube on it, and I need to set the speed on much slower speed. Now we're going to be working on the base. We've got some 1018 mild steel here, and we're going to drill and tap this in for 1/8 inch NPT, and then we'll cut it off, and we'll take about half of this chunk, and in the bottom we'll put several neodymium magnets to be able to set it on our table or whatever. details of this light built here. As you will see, I used a free giveaway from Harbor Freight. Little flashlight is the head. I turned this adapter, which fits inside the case. This is a cut off of the case. Fits inside and has a very narrow, it's about 50 thousandths wall thickness. See if I can draw a picture of it here. Inside of the case looks like this, and the LEDs are around like that, and the center portion is positive, and then there's a line that is out here that is ground, and that also is grounded to the case. So what I did was machine that adapter that just fits inside that, and it's a moderately slip fit, and the wires coming through the adapter, one hooks to ground and one hooks there. It's the positive and negative. So that's what it looks like inside. Down on the bottom here, of course it's drilled for a 1/4 inch MPT all the way through and threaded on this side, and then I did a slot to put the power cable through, and then I did had these neodymium magnets that drilled actually I did it with end mill, put a 1 inch recess on each side that's just where this is just proud of the base, just like 5 thousandths. So there's a double magnet, is extremely strong. In fact, it's difficult to get it off. But the wires run up through the lock line here, and on this end, since that's tapped for 1/4 MPT, I just screwed it onto the nozzle, which I had to drill out. So that's the connection, and plug it in here. As you can see, it's a bright light, and you can position this any which way you like. So thanks for watching the channel. I know it's been a while since I've had a video. I hope to do more in the future. My health is improving, and I'm looking forward to the Good of the Land Fest. I'm not making it to the bash this year. Unfortunately, I wish I could, but my financial situation is just not adapted to that kind of expenditure. But we'll see everybody at the Good of the Land Fest in October, November, whenever it is. So again, thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you soon. Adios. You can see the light mounted on the end of the mill here, and gives a pretty focused light right on the right on the spot that you wanted to see. So that's it.